Hey tribe, just before me starting the reading, I wanted to show you what is going on outside. It's pretty mad out there. What a good time to do a reading. Powerful energies, let's go. Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. So let's check in what is happening next week and a half. I'm using the Elgo Live deck in case anyone will be asking. Pile number 1 is on your left, pile 3 is on your right. If you need some more time, stop it right here. Choose using your intuition or your eyes, and I'll catch you in timestamps. Hey group number 1, let's see what is up with you next week and a half. What do we have? We have a 10 of swords, the barren desert. Sorry, my hand is dirty here because I just touched this piece of pine wood. Now, this could be important for some of you because we're seeing the tree over here. Okay. You know what is coming through with this? Next week and a half, you're gonna be shown a sign in a subtle way. For most of you, it's gonna be a subtle way. For others of you, you've been shown a subtle sign already. Next week is when action is happening. And it's a lot to do with you wanting to start over, I'm getting. In one area of life, you want to start over, you want to do it better, you want a second chance. It's almost as if I want to take a test again. I realized what this was bringing me. I realized my lessons, but now with this wisdom that I have, I'm able to start new and to do it better. Let's see what this connects to. Where is my Steampunk Kipper deck? Yeah, I'm getting like someone went through sorrow or is going through sorrow next week and a half, but I'm not feeling this immense emotion of sadness though with this. It's almost as if I recognize what this is, I made peace with it, and I can move on. And I can move on. What is this connected to? I'm also hearing no more pain. No more pain. Some of you may want to go to a therapist or dig deeper when it comes to psychology to unlock something within yourself, to understand yourself better or to understand the lesson that you had to go through better. For others of you, it's something to do with a contract that you are in need of releasing. This could be a karmic contract of some sort that you are already at the finish line with, if that makes any sense to you right now. Yeah. We have stress and fear, we have advice, so we have number 3 a couple of times and also number 5. It feels like there are changes happening in your mental state next week and a half. I keep hearing I'm being reborn. I am being reborn. For a lot of you, your attention will be needed. Let me see, how should I put this for you? You will be asked next week and a half to review formalities, where you have put your signature. It could be like a spiritual contract, or it could be an actual contract of some sort. Looking at formalities is important. Recognizing what contract you want to carry on investing in and what contract is not part of your life anymore. Overall, this feels like a soul contract, almost like a lesson that your soul signed for pre-incarnation, and it's not easy, but I keep hearing it's worthwhile because the wisdom that you're gonna take with you after this chapter is over, it's going to be, I'm seeing a bucket full of tools. Look, you're gonna recognize next week that The only tool that was missing in that bucket was this experience in order for you to feel powerful and that you can accomplish anything that you want. Where does your focus lie? Where does your focus lie next week and a half? Feels like for a lot of you, your focus lies on partnerships. Especially what's coming through. Partnership with, relationship with your parents or one specific parent. But for others of you, the focus lies on your energy. How do I express this to you? You want to feel younger because something that has happened or something that's happening next week is gonna make you feel almost like old. But this is energetic, like my battery is low, I feel like I don't have enough to give from. And this curve over here, literal curve, it's almost as if through this lesson, you're going to give yourself a permission to be reborn again. And you're gonna start acting slightly differently because you'll know that you deserve better. Or what you've learned opens new doors for you to be a slightly different human being. It's very hard to explain the feelings that I get, but that's what it's like. It's like one day I'm feeling very like meh. I might even feel much older than my body is, and it's a lot to do with what I experienced. Also, it's to do with your energy body. It's almost like it's weakened, it's low in energy. But then something happens and you suddenly are reborn. You feel like a baby again. It's like you're coming back to the start of things. It's such a mysterious reading, pile number 1, but I hope I'm making sense to you. Let's pull from tarot. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna take these cards back. What's happening? By the way, watch your backs, pile number 1, especially if you have issues with your back. Next week and a half. Yeah, look, the Hierophant came out reversed. You are reviewing your contracts. I told you that. And it seems like there is one contract in particular that you're putting a stop to. You put an end to it. Or at least you are considering to do so. I'm hearing I don't want to continue. I don't want to continue this. It's going to require your strength. But as long as you speak up and express yourself fully, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. Don't worry about that. Yeah, what did I say? Wheel of Fortune is here. This is literally the time next week and a half when you're able to somehow change your life around. And you're gonna make a very important decision, or there's gonna be this important realization that hits you where you go, I see now. I see what I needed to do. I mean, come on, the Sun card is here. Next week is bittersweet because there is something that you deciding to put a stop to that a couple of years ago you didn't think you would. But then, as I told you, doors are opening afterwards. See, and we look at these books over here. This is your wisdom. And this wisdom, this experience that was difficult, is needed for you to progress and to step into the sun, to be happy, to be reborn, right? We have a baby right here. You're being reborn. How are you doing that? What is the crucial moment for you? How to unlock those doors? How to unlock those doors? To look at the shadows. To pay attention to your dreams. To truly listen to your gut. And at the same time, wishing upon the stars, meaning knowing what your goal is. You set in yourself a clear goal, and anything that is not aligned with that goal or that wish, it feels like it's leaving you. Yeah, it's a lot to do with self-confidence, pile number 1. Next week, you're recognizing that you have much more strength within you. You're much more beautiful maybe than you saw yourself in the past. And you're taking that powerful energy with you, and you are investing it in your wishes and dreams. What is this 10 of Swords about, apart from contracts? For some of you, this is to do with a relationship, right? You're deciding to split ways with someone or become a little bit more distant. Or understanding that you cannot change that person, even if you wish. I keep hearing someone was wishing that someone had changed. But one day they realized that they can't, so they made a decision. It's almost as if it feels like someone is being protected from, sorry, that was my JBL, protected from unnecessary heartache. Yeah, you're going on a journey on your own, it feels like. Yeah, youth. You are focusing very much on yourself next week, we're gonna have, and it could be your looks, it could be your energy. You want to reclaim your energy. Wherever you have scattered your energy, you want to bring it back. You want to bring it back. You want to feel full again. And in order to do so, you recognize in where the stress lies, where you felt restricted, or who made you feel like you're not enough, or who made you feel, I want to say it, like a piece of shit, you know? Because I'm picking up a couple of scenarios here where someone is truly unappreciated, especially if they are married or if they've been with that person for a long time. Someone wasn't appreciating them, and it's time for rejuvenation, and it's time to go on this journey alone, I'm getting. Or even if you are not married, or this is not a romantic relationship, it feels like you are still deciding to, I'm seeing you building a fence. At one point I'm hearing we shared the same garden. Our houses were next to one another. But right now I need to build a fence. I don't want to share the same garden metaphorically with you anymore. I feel like I need to gain my peace back. So would it be a romantic or work contract of some sorts? It feels like you are chasing after your happiness and making decisions accordingly. Because you recognize next week that your body, your physical body, as well as your energy body, is telling you to stop doing something, to stop investing in something that is really draining you, that is causing so much fears maybe, or so much stress, and you know that you don't deserve it, but maybe you needed some time in order to make a decision. For a lot of you, I'm seeing that you're going to want to talk with people openly, especially discuss what's on your mind that's bothering you. So expect conversations that might be difficult, but they will be necessary. Anything else? And be patient next week and a half. Just be patient. Two cards want to come up. Okay. Yeah, deep down you know what you deserve when it comes to happiness and love. So be very honest with yourself. What is it that you're missing and why? Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Pentacles. You want strong, equal partnerships, right? Listen to your gut. Listen to your High Priestess. What is it telling you? What is it showing to you in your dream state? Okay, I hope this made sense, pile number one, and whoever had to come across this video found it. And thank you for leaving comments and likes. This helps tremendously. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, group number two, let's see what is happening with you next week and a half. By the way, in case anyone will be asking, this is the El Goliath deck. We have the Three of Swords. Okay, let me tap in, let's see what I'm getting specifically here from this Three of Swords. A lot of you will want to care for your heart. Now, this could be physically, say wanting to research supplements, going to doctors. Overall, this feels like a health thing to me. It doesn't feel like it's emotional heartbreak. It feels like for a lot of you, you really want to care for your power center, for your heart. You want to be more compassionate for it next week and a half, especially if you've been shown signs that maybe you are getting more frequent or maybe more intense heartbeat, maybe you're stressed, whatever the case, your heart's asking for attention next week and a half. Care for me, give me something that I'm lacking of. I'm looking at these flowers and it reminds me of chamomile, and this is a calming flower, right? Calming tea, chamomile tea. It feels like you want to calm and nurture and pamper. It sounds weird, I know. Your heart space in general. And especially if you've gone through a difficult period of time, you want to rejuvenate that part of your body. So some of you may decide to meditate and focus on charging your heart chakra by using specific vibration, imagining maybe that vibration going from source all the way down to your heart chakra. Others of you are going to want to take a break from work or being so busy, so take an extra couple of hours maybe to sleep, going for a nap instead of doing something else, just wanting to provide your body a little bit more care overall. Let's see what else. I'm gonna use the Golden Foil Tarot in case anyone will be asking. It's quite a slippery deck, but it's fun to work with. What do we need to know about the next week and a half? I just heard don't dwell in the sorrow for too long. For too long. Feel your emotions. Feel it through. Don't brush it off, don't resist, but don't dwell on the sorrows for too long. It's not helpful. It doesn't do anything for you. What is up next week and a half? We got the Tower. We got the Four of Cups. We have the King of Cups. Let's clarify this. It's very interesting. We have the Emperor. We have the Moon. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. It feels like there are changes happening in your structure or organization next week and a half, and it's gonna come with a surprise with the Tower card. It's almost as if you're being You're being pushed to change something about the way you structure your life. Now, it could be the way you handle money. It could be the way you deal with people, the way you talk to people, the way you interact with people in general. Let me see with the Four of Cups. Let me just clarify this. It's clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. What I would say to you, do not brush off opportunities next week we're gonna have. There may be an opportunity for you to connect to someone. Maybe you're gonna be invited somewhere, or overall this person will approach you first. I'm getting this could be someone that you know, someone like feels like family, but regardless of who this is, I'm getting, don't brush off the suggestion, advice, or opportunity, especially at the time when you are hurting, or at the time when you don't feel like you want to talk to anyone. Consider it. I'm hearing, consider it. Don't brush it off straight away. Sleep on it if you can, right? Just tell someone, I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm not gonna say no straight away. I'm gonna sleep on it, because I feel like whatever is being proposed to you next week we're gonna have, it can be subtle in some cases. And if you're very focused on rebuilding yourself, or rebuilding relationship, or perspective of relationship that you had versus what you have now, it can be difficult to accept new energy, and your cards are saying don't brush it off. Okay, I'm seeing a very loving person here. Who's this? Who's this person? Whoever that person is, who's gonna be a great support to you next week we're gonna have, they might be around your age or a little bit younger even. Whoever this is, this person feels like home to you. You trust this person. And as if they're going to tell you something that is going to come from either your guides or your higher self. You know, sometimes people say something and really sticks to you because you feel like it's coming from somewhere else. And whatever this person will say, it feels like they will want to help you to start over, or help you to start with no baggage in some way, or to help you get out of a difficult situation, especially if something happened in your relationship department. If you felt saddened, if you felt maybe overall discouraged when it comes to love or one particular relationship. What is this Three of Swords in particular about? Someone is feeling that they're giving too much of themselves to the other, and the other person may not provide in the same manner, emotionally, financially, time-wise, right? But in reality, I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like these two people, their understandings of love language, their love language is different. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, guys, here. There may be misunderstanding next week we're gonna have, and because of that misunderstanding, someone's gonna be disappointed. But it feels like it's because two people are very different, and the way they see the world is different, and sometimes they may misunderstand one another or miscommunicate. But you're finding your way back to balance, I'm seeing here next week we're gonna have. I'm also seeing you pouring your emotions, pouring it out, meaning expressing yourself to the other person. That's going to be greatly helpful. You're not holding it in. What is the best advice for you for the next week we're going to have? With this, I heard be proud of yourself and how far you've come. Don't be shy about your successes. Do not stand in a corner. Do not put yourself in a back seat. Show off your achievements. Don't be shy about it. Talk about it. Hold your head held high. Keep your head held high. I can't speak. Sorry, I'm out. I'm looking outside of the window and I'm completely zoned out. There is no need to minimize yourself, okay? Yeah. The King and the Queen of Wands is here. The Queen and I believe the King of Cups is here too. We're talking about a situation here where you have a very strong soul contract with one person. Could be platonic, romantic, doesn't matter. And it feels like these two people are trying to find better balance. I split the deck. We have the Ten of Cups. How do we have a stronger relationship? How do we find ourselves in a happy middle? Anything else that's important for the next week and a half? Yeah, it's all about relationships next week and a half. Someone is very protective over you. Oh, they are. Damn. They are. Someone is going to fight for you, I'm hearing. You may even hear this person say that. I want to fight for us, or I want to fight for you. Someone has a lot of love for you. But there is something changing within this relationship. And particularly one of you doesn't really like that change, or doesn't like, doesn't want to let go of the old ways of being. It's almost as if someone is resisting that change. Like, I don't want to let go of that. Yeah, split the deck. We have Ten of Swords reversed. I don't want to let go of that. So maybe it's a situation where you have a conversation with someone saying, hey, maybe I want to take a break, or hey, that's what I don't like. And the other person says, hey, I want to fight for us. I might not want to make those changes, but I want to keep you in my life. I'm going to try my best. It might be difficult for me, but something has to end here. Some sort of cycle has to end between these two people. And it feels like it's a behavior or a mentality. We have Five of Pentacles. Mentality of like, this is not enough, or I am not enough, or you are not enough, us, we are not enough, right? There is something there, but it's not really true, I'm getting. I keep hearing misconception. I don't know what that means. And perspective. Perspective is the key next week and a half. Most important thing for you is going to be clear communication. Okay? Clear communication, and that's gonna manifest a lot of good things in your life, and you're able to progress forward. Here you go. Next card after Six of Swords, we have the Six of Wands. You're coming out on top. So there's gonna be one situation that's gonna be difficult maybe to deal with, difficult to communicate about, but it's going to be worthwhile. It's gonna be changing the way you see yourself, and also the way you see your relationship with this person. Communication is your power next week and a half, okay? Power. And it feels like a split deck, it can help two people become stronger or become closer in some way. So I hope that this made sense. And when I looked at the time, when from the beginning of pile 2, it was 1313. I feel like some of you are going to see repeat numbers, because we have 6 and 6 over here. I don't remember the rest of the cards. We might have had more, but just pay attention to the signs as well. It feels like you're going to be led. And I also feel like some of your fears will be put to test. What I mean by that? Are you going to allow those fears to keep you away from what you want? Or are you going to allow yourself to feel fearful and do something anyways? And to take control of the situation. So I hope this made sense, group 2. If you need more content, find me on Patreon. And thank you for being here and for leaving comments and likes. It helps tremendously. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey Pile 3, let's see what is up with you next week and a half. This is Elgo Live deck, by the way, in case anyone will be asking. We have 5 of Swords, the White Scorpion, BS, the Black Scorpion. It's interesting because for all of these piles so far, so we're seeing the collective, we had the Swords, if I remember correctly. And it's a lot to do with your mental state, pile number 3. Next week we're gonna have, what this feels like to me is that you may be reviewing some of your shadows. So looking at something that is going maybe to trigger the shadow part of you, and there's nothing bad about it. Actually, take those light bulb moments as inspiration. So it depends what you want to do with it. Either you're going to want to fight that shadow or you'll want to understand it. And I feel like a lot of you will want to understand it. If we're looking at those swords over here, we have 3 of the white swords and 2 of the black swords. The scorpion looks much bigger, but it has less swords, which for me means that you are coming out to the light almost. And it's funny because for pile number 3, I had to shut down the drapes because the sun is beaming now, where pile number 1, when I was doing that reading, it was snowing and weather completely changed over this half an hour. So you may experience clarity of thought, but it's going to be brought up in a form of a conflict first, if that makes any sense. So let's dive deeper. Let's see what this is. I'm gonna be using the textured tarot for you guys. Some of you have a connection to Scorpios or snakes, I'm getting here. And a tiger. We have the 2 of Wands. Okay. We have the Page of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. Now, what you're looking at next week, we're gonna have, you wanna recognize what is this chain representing of in your life. That makes you feel like you are not progressing as fast as you want to. And once you recognize that, I feel like that's going to be your breaking point in the best way possible. Breaking through and coming out to the other side that feels much lighter. Your power next week we're going to have lies in research, an analytical mind, and understanding what you need to do in order for you to bring in more financial resources. How can I have more money, or how can I have a better career? Even if you feel like you're earning enough, I feel like you're gonna have conversations with yourself. I deserve more. I can have more. I can have as much as I want to have. So what do I need to do in order to receive that? In order to get there. And there is a sense of freedom connected to this reading. I want to break free. I want to feel free. So maybe for some of you, financial struggles didn't allow you in the past to feel free, or maybe you're feeling restricted in some way right now. Sorry, I'm just getting comfortable. And next week, you're going to be fired up to do more, to be better. In whatever it is that you're doing, your business, your career, the way you manage money, how much you spend versus how much you keep in your bank account at the end of the month. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords. We have Justice. You want to be fair to yourself when it comes to your thoughts next week we're gonna have, and therefore you might do something that allows you to set yourself free from being in this like circle. I keep being drawn to a circle. I'm overthinking the same thing over and over again. It's time for action, your cards are saying next week, week and a half. First, make sure that you have a good plan and you sleep on it. Wake up the next day and see if that's something that you still feel it's a good way to go. It's the right approach. Don't rush this. And then, I really want to say for pile number 3, you need to know that you deserve what you are seeking for. And for some of you, this is not only about financial income or your work. This is about the family image that you have in your mind. That you can have the family that you want. You can have the balance in the relationship that you desire. So there is no need for you to doubt yourself. Just recognize what is keeping you away from it in a sense, or what thoughts interfere when you think of this income or when you think of this beautiful family. Yes, it's gonna require work, but maybe some of you tend to self-sabotage yourself, or you are perfectionists. And at the end of the day, even if you have some sort of a plan, you don't do it because you think it's not going to be perfect. And you don't end up doing anything at all. And I think next week is all about doing and not allowing your mind to cloud your judgment. Let's see. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles is here. The Devil is here on top of 8 of Swords. So your thoughts, it's very important to pay attention to your thoughts. Maybe you want to write it down in your diary, what you think about a situation versus what's the reality of a situation. A lot of times you make it much worse than it actually is, and a lot of people tend to do that. But you're turning your back to that devil, that shadow part of self. Not to say that you are completely dismissing it. You're finding some sort of closure or understanding. You're acknowledging it, but you're allowing yourself to be free from it. It doesn't control your actions. I'm hearing, I understand that I have choices to have this beautiful life that I want to have. It's up to me completely how I'm going to go about this. Yeah, a lot of you are afraid of heartbreak here, because you witnessed something in the past that has caused you a lot of pain in the past relationship or in your childhood. And it's almost as if you're afraid of success and you tend to sabotage it. Next week is all about recognizing those patterns and saying, hey, I don't have to carry this shit with me anymore. I can just let it go and leave it in the past, and I can start over or start with fresh set of eyes. When I said eyes, here you go. I don't have to look at my life from the lens of sorrow anymore or victimhood. I can change it up completely. I can have much more compassion and patience with myself as well as with other people. By the way, your intuition will be telling you what to do or what to pay attention to next week, week and a half. And you may feel fired up one day, but the next day you may feel down. It's okay, your cards are saying. You're coming out of some sort of a cycle or pattern of thoughts. Yeah, you're finding yourself on this kind of roller coaster next week, week and a half. But at the end of the day, there is healing that takes place with the Temperance. You may feel like you're fighting a part of yourself, but don't feel shame or guilt or bad about it. Be an observer. I keep hearing, write it down. Write all of your thoughts down. Sleep on it then. Come back to it and see if this is the truth. Cross out whatever is not real, but you thought that it was real at the time when you felt low. I also want to stay with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups, clarifying it. Some of you are going to look back at your life and recognize the chances that you didn't take, opportunities that you didn't take, and you don't want to do it anymore. You want to live your life fully. And it may feel scary because maybe that's not what you're used to, or you don't know how to do it. But opportunities will be presented to you with Chariot and Ace of Pentacles. Recognize when they are in front of you. And take time to research, take time to look at those opportunities with Page of Pentacles. What is being presented for you? It's a lot to do about learning, research, development. Next week and a half. Some of you literally want to study something. Some of you want to study yourself and your behavior patterns. And it's your pattern back in this reading. I keep hearing face the shadow, face the fears. We have the moon on top of the Nine of Swords here. There's a lot to learn. This is your knowledge and wisdom. You're afraid to be stabbed in the back. And I think for a lot of you, it's a lot to do with, hey, I want to be independent financially, or I don't want to depend on anyone else. I don't want to be in a relationship, or I want to be more independent in my relationship. And I feel like a lot of times you tend to seek for that freedom, and it's very extensive. It's very, maybe it's over the top, I'm hearing, because you're afraid of commitment, I'm getting. Some of you are really afraid of commitment. Next week, you're going to be shown that commitment can be enjoyed. It's up to you how you approach that commitment. I hope I'm making sense to you here, pile 3. As long as you're honest and true to yourself and you speak your opinion, you talk about what you think, but you do it with compassion, I feel like that's going to improve your overall love life, but also the way you look at opportunities, the way you see them. Instead of seeing them as something scary, or I don't know how I'm going to do this, or I don't know if this is for me, just exploring it, giving it a chance, giving yourself a chance to explore it and seeing how well you can do, how good you can be at something. Yeah, and then you're going to take time to celebrate that you did something that maybe felt uncomfortable, or you have taken the time to explore the parts of yourself that were unexplored. I hope that this made sense, pile number 3. I truly do. Have a beautiful week. Enjoy your digging. I'm seeing someone digging in their brain, right? Take notes. Take out your diaries. It's going to be an important time for you, I believe. And thank you for leaving the comments and likes. It tremendously helps the channel. If you need more content, find me on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.